Look, why is what? So what did Aaron Rodgers have to do in Egypt?
He had a prior engagement.
Oh, what? See, this
Like a
is
vacation. It's basically he had planned the vacation during mandatory minicamp. And
He's basically
missing.
saying I had this plan before y'all niggas got me on Jets.
I get all that. I get all that. What was it? That's what I get it. You could have had this plan 8 years ago. What are you going to do? That's what I'm asking you. And this the shit Green Bay started getting tired of, I believe. My personal opinion. Brett Favre did it first. They want to show up to mini camp and everything else to start getting and giving excuses. But Brett Favre was doing was sign his contract right before the season started, his last couple of years, so he ain't have to go to none of this. Oh, I don't know if I'm coming back. I don't know if I'm going to sign an extension with Green Bay. I may be retiring. And every year for 3-4 years, he would wait till all these camps is over and be like, nah, I'm coming back. And they got sick of it. Aaron Rodgers, to me, is pulling the same shit. And he's like, yo, I get it, though. At the same time, listen, I think that Aaron Rodgers is smart enough, a great enough quarterback, a great enough athlete. IQ is impeccable on the football field that he says this will not make a difference when the actual season starts. Trust me, I'm going to be there in them dog days when I need to be there. And I think he's smart enough to know that. And I don't think he would cheat himself or the New York Jets. But this just doesn't look good by example. When you're trying to set an example for younger players or the organization trying to show, look, this is what we need to do to win, this is not a good example. But personally, I think Aaron Rodgers says to himself, and I think he did that with LaFleur in Green Bay. His attitude with him was, bro, I've been playing longer than you've been coaching. I've actually won a fucking Super Bowl. You haven't. Yo, for real though, I think that's, seriously, they were bumping heads because, all jokes aside, they was really bumping heads.
You're right. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, but I think that's his mindset wherever he goes, even the head coach now, like, bro, I know what, have you won a Super Bowl? Have you been to a Super Bowl? Do you know what it takes? Yeah, do you know what it takes to get there? I then relax, you don't. I do. I'll be here when I need to be here. Now, I get that, but I don't think it's a great example to lead for the team. And not only that, New York fans be on edge anyway. This is definitely not a good look for New York. But as far as my opinion on Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he's going to do anything to cheat the game. But it just doesn't look good for an example.
Yeah, I agree with Killer earlier in the show, but this I'm going to have to disagree. This is horrible. This is horrible, and I'm going to tell you why, because you know how as you get older, you think you could do the stuff you used to do when you was young? I got hurt twice trying to work out. Like, I'm going to go in there, nigga, I know what to do. I'm going in there, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and every time it's like, no, you're not going to be able to do that. And that's the rude awakening that I think that Aaron Rodgers is about to find out. When he comes back, God forbid, but if he get hurt or anything is tweaked, it's going to be like, this is why you needed to be there. We needed you there so you can make sure your body can keep up with what you're doing. You just got hurt. You're 40 years old. Don't think you're just going to turn it on, pause whenever you want to against niggas that's 19, 21, 22. And I think anybody that doesn't see that, they're going to find out the hard way, because when he gets back, not only does he have to show that, he has to get the team to buy in. This is still a new situation. He hasn't won here. Like Killer was saying, I agree with that. He has won, and he has won a championship. But you haven't won with this group. And these Negroes in New York, you got to teach them what you want to happen under fire. You don't learn in fire. You got to learn that before we get in the trenches. And if we never been in the trenches together, we're not going to be able to turn that on or make that happen when we're finally there. It's things you go through with people all the way up to the problem that, you know, we have enough cachet, like Killer used, and we have enough history that breeds that trust. So when things go awry, we can figure it out because we trust the people we're playing with. But if we never had those kind of moments to build that, you're not going to just magically have that. And I think that's why when it got hard for the Ravens, they weren't able to do it. And that's the reason why when they got the 49ers got up on Kansas City, they've weathered storms together before. So when we get in a storm, they were able to make it through that storm and keep playing because we won this way before. And Aaron Rodgers is not affording them to have that luxury.
No, that's a great take, man. Because also, like, he just got there and then he missed the whole year. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that he hasn't worked with. Like, they signed Mike Williams on a 1-year deal. They got Garrett Wilson, but they're not familiar with him. You know, like, if it was Pat Mahomes going on this trip, I'd be cool with it because he's been there.
They know each other.
Yeah, him and Kelsey,
That's
all
what
those
I'm
guys.
speaking to.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's a great take there.
And those guys that he's playing with, it's not just a matter of him being phenomenal or him being great or him being stellar. Is can we do it together? And you only get that through working with each other and through going through tedious things over and over to build that excellence. Excellence is not just birthed like that. It's through a lot of trial and error.